Hey everybody, this is Rydo, and we're back to Edna Harvey's New Eyes. Let's continue. So we got like halfway through the chapter, or really just through the first tutorial, and the world is definitely getting weirder, to say the least, in this convent. Now we have a potted plant that looks like a Mario piranha plant, and we've been given the task of feeding the cat, which is named Lumpy.
Lumpy's bowl was nicely decorated. Life as Mother Superior's pet was probably wonderful and fulfilling.
So it kind of feels like it's worth it to probably just take inventory once, and because this game seems like it's going to be fairly slow anyways. So Mother Superior Ignatz. We have a hook. We have a painting. Our character still doesn't really talk. It seems like we've got a puzzle here where she's going
Stop dawdling. Feed the cat.
She's going to stop you from doing anything. Okay, so we've got some cat food over here.
There really was a can of cat food in the dumbwaiter. There wasn't much for Lilli to mess up this time. The cheerful flower seemed to like Lilli. At least it bent forward just a touch when Lilli came close.
Okay. And I think we may not even be able to escape this room.
Hey, where are you going? Feed the cat.
Yeah, as far as the other backstory is, the Mother Superior has brought in some kind of psychoanalyst, and it's questionable how many real personalities even exist in this world, and whether it's coming to psychoanalyze Lilli or Edna. Harvey, notably missing for the first hour here. Oh, well, that was easier than it seemed like it was going to be.
Stop! What on earth are you doing? Bad, Lilli. Very, very bad. You should really know that Lumpy doesn't eat regular cat food. But you've disappointed me for the last time. Here's the recipe for the right cat food. Bring it to Doris, the lunch lady. It contains exact instructions for preparing Lumpy's food. Doris can also find my lunch order for today on there too. Do you understand? And now, get out. I have to prepare for Dr. Marcel's arrival. I'm hoping that his new method of correcting character flaws will save me this kind of trouble in the future.
So that far too easy of a puzzle there.
Felt miserable.
Barely that wasn't even a puzzle. It really was more just a...
Make everything better. The thought made Lilli shudder. She had heard stories about Dr. Marcel. Dreadful stories. She should tell Edna the news.
Dr. Marcel, you say? This confirms my worst suspicions. The doctor and I still have an old score to settle. I'm sure he's coming because of me. Lilli, I can't stay here any longer. I'm going to leave the convent and go into hiding for a while. There's just one catch. That guy Garrett, who's constantly lurking around. I think he's spying on us for Mother Superior. So long as he keeps poking his nose into everything, I can't move freely. Do you think you can find a way to keep him off me for a while? Oh, Lilli, you're such a gem. What would I do without you?
So yeah, there's a real question here. Are we really playing as Edna, who thinks she's Lilli, because Edna just has split personalities? Harvey was the first split personality, and this is the second one.
I've never seen Edna so worried. Not even the night that she set fire to the vestry.
But yeah, it does seem like they're trying to tell a bit more of a narrative to the detriment of the puzzles, that like they really should have just not bothered to have us pick up the cat food and put it in the bowl. If it really was just going to be a case of the Mother Superior giving us a lunch order.
Lilli would read the recipe later. After all,
Right.
she wasn't supposed to make the food herself, but simply take Doris the recipe.
Yeah, and these ponytails, could be the floppy ears of Harvey.
Lilli didn't have any talent. Mother Superior only allowed her to embroider crosses and lines. But Lilli could barely manage even those and often received a scolding.
Alright. 6 marbles. You do run into a problem here where you could look at the marbles.
Lilli didn't know what to do with all these brand new marbles. Up until then, she had always played marbles with severed dolls' heads. At least they had talked to her while she played.
But yeah, it seems like the goal is to break out Edna. And it does seem like every time we're disappointing Mother Superior, it probably is an implementation of a scene that will be shown later in the game where something much more horrific happened. So I suspect I didn't just go grab cat food and put it in the cat bowl, but I grabbed something else and put it in the cat bowl. Poison or something. We have a character named Shy, S-H-Y, and a character named Suka. And they seem to be dorm bedrooms with just curtains in front of them. I guess we're supposed to just look and talk to these people.
Lilli had always thought Shy was very pretty, much prettier than herself. But cutting off a girl's hair while she was sleeping so that you could use it to make yourself a wig just wasn't right. That's why Lilli returned each night to her bunk without actually doing anything.
Shibuya power! Shibuya power! Volcano Pananoka! Shiny rainbow Miyazaki! Shing! Shing!
So it seems like these two are obsessed with some kind of Japanese anime show from the sounds of it.
Why are you gawking at my hairdo? Don't tell me you've got your eye on my original Marushu Naoki hairpin. Can you believe it, Shy?
Don't believe, just know. The warriors of light see with the power of love.
Just who does she think she is? Hiroyoshi Superfrog's arch enemy Soki Nuroshi Mayayoki Hagatsu?
Down with the dark forces. Trust in the elf magic of the glitter dust.
Exactly.
So,
Everyone
I
knows that
wonder
the real
if this
Shibuya
is-
girl will only part with her hairpin if it's a real emergency, and only if facing death.
Muroshi Sparkle, mystical spirit of the wolf.
Mystical
I
spirit
wonder
of
if
the
this
wolf.
is exactly how it would be said,
And
what they're
anyway,
saying in
what even
German.
makes you think we'll let you
Probably.
have any of our personal things? You haven't launched any radical paramilitary campaigns or done anything to help destroy the state.
We can't let the dark forces win.
Plus, you've never helped us destroy the school.
Does being warriors of the light really mean we have to destroy the school? It seems a little too hardcore to me.
But Riot Girl does it too! On page 31 in volume 453, she puts one of Nagayuzu's detonators in the
I guess
picture
they're-
lounge when the dark forces kidnap
They're
Muroshi
reading a
Rainbow.
manga instead of watching an anime.
Miyarushi Sparkle!
So yeah, I would assume that that's kind of directly translated, but then it also brings an interesting question as far as the timeline here, because before this you would assume this could have been in a much wider time frame. This could have been in the say 1950s even, but you would have to put it much closer to the 2000s or later, if any of it's supposed to make any sense at all, which maybe it isn't. There's some hints in this.
Girl, you're so clueless about trends. Just look at how you dress. Don't you know that Shibuya and only Shibuya is hot right now? Where's your glitter? Where are your Japanese accessories? Miyarushi Sparkle! Miyarushi Sparkle! Shing! Shing! Oh man, you're really out of it, Lilli.
So we're gonna look for the hairpin, or try to get the hairpin later. I don't know why. But what I think just being establishing the characters, and it's kind of weird that the adult character that's walking by there is probably the doctor, and he looks shorter than half of the adults.
Lilli watched how her slippery fellow student disappeared into the chapel. After him.
Okay, so that was Garrett, not the adult. Okay, so we have some school bullies. And into the stairway, into the convent hall, into the dormitory, into the well, and to the chapel. The bullies are just going to let you walk by without
Who do we
bullying
have
you.
here then? Creepy Lilli. How did it go with Mother Superior?
Leave her alone, Shawnee.
Only if she admits that all this trouble is her fault. We're not getting any dessert? That's right, Memphis. And we can't play outside anymore either. Is it asking too much to want to know why?
Stop picking on her. You don't really think that Lilli, of all people, has done something wrong, do you? She's just not cool enough for that.
Exactly. She's such a good girl. She rakes, she cleans, she cooks. It's disgusting and dangerous because somehow
You can definitely tell the lip flap is not synced to what's being said. It's just a loop.
One strange accident after another. I hardly dare get out of bed anymore. But none of this is your fault, is it? After all, you only do what you're told. I'm sure you're even running an errand for Mother Superior right now. Let's see what you've got there.
They're kind of laying it down and making it obvious, the narrative.
I knew it. A recipe from Mother Superior. Well, I think I'll hold on to it for now. Let's see how Mother Superior likes having to wait for her food. And this time, our sweet Lilli can face the music all by herself. Let's go, guys. We're off.
You're impossible.
The question, I suppose, is, was it necessary to go into like a full screen presentation there, or was that just because they put the bullies in the wrong place? I guess it's almost as easy to animate a full screen conversation as it is to animate the bullies having a conversation zoomed out. Like, this definitely does not scream difficult animation by any means. Quick and easy is the goal.
The chapel didn't have a second exit.
So we have a character named Frank. Stone slabs. Nothing here, nothing here. Statues.
Please stay off the slabs, okay? You're interfering with my research.
Feels like it's an Indiana Jones reference here.
Frank was completely occupied with the stone slabs.
So it seems like we're going to have to
Wait.
mess up the stone slabs in some way.
No, nothing. I thought I detected a resonance echo in the floor. And where there's a resonance echo in a floor, the hollow space can't be far. A crypt. Or a hidden pool salon for Templars with outrageously hip hairstyles. What? Your question is completely justified. What would Templars be doing in a pool salon? It's just one of the countless mysteries surrounding the Templars. Where did they come from? Where did they go? Did they get a group discount ticket for their journey? And who was their hairstylist? There is just one answer to all these questions. The Great Church Conspiracy. And we can be certain that the evidence
This
is
text
buried
color
beneath
is
these
the
stone
wrong color.
slabs.
It's hard to read.
Only I had the right tool
It needs to
to
be
dig it out.
brighter.
Find it.
So there is a lot of absurdism here, to say the least.
Shh, for a second. Oh, great. If there's just been a landslide in the Templar's subterranean crypt, then now I've missed it. How the hell are you supposed to uncover church conspiracies if you keep getting interrupted? Just the constant stream of people going to confession is getting on my nerves. But compared to you, they're as quiet as church mice. I have no idea who they are. They creep into the confession booth and only come out when it gets too noisy for them. All that will be over with as soon as I have the right tool for my excavation anyway.
Yep. It's almost certainly, I would say, a case where the narrative of Deponia games might be better if they were closer to like a Telltale game where there was very little gameplay mechanic and interaction. As a big fan of point-and-click adventure games, I do want to see more point-and-click adventure games, but the problem is Deponia's story is, well, not Deponia, but this story so far is really going very heavy in the dialogue, and if I have to click on everything to get all of the dialogue and all the conversation, it's really dragging it out, and we're just at the beginning of the game.
Sorry, Lilli, but I'm just not interested in small talk.
I have
All I
suspect
care about are church conspiracies.
that is why Lilli just goes and is because they're trying to reduce the amount of talking. Part of the problem certainly here too is that it's converted from German to English, and it probably needed to be converted from German to English, then edited down.
Shh. You're destroying the holy illuminescence of the stone slabs. And if they lose their illuminescence, they certainly won't be in the mood to reveal their secret anymore. And there's no doubt that they have a secret. I know Templar symbols when I see them. Where there are Templars, a secret crypt with details on church conspiracies can't be far. If only I had the right tool to drill them out. Then, all I'd need to know is which slab to drill under to get my hands on the church conspiracy. If it's one that has a neck, because there are those with a neck and those without.
So
Lilli was
we're
impressed.
now...
Everything Frank said made sense.
So the goal here is that we're going to probably do something with the cross to illuminate only one tile. Maybe we have to figure out which stone slab. We're going to give him the air hammer.
Ah, very good.
That gets that item out of our inventory.
Now, if I only knew where to drill. But such knowledge was probably lost long ago. No one is old enough to still remember the age of the Templars. Otherwise, I'm sure I'd have long since had that church conspiracy by the scruff of its neck.
But you can see how it just goes way too long.
Damn, how am I supposed to work with all this noise? Hey, Frank! Frank! Ah, what the hell?
So that drove Garrett out of his of the confession booth.
The cross wobbled back and forth like it was dancing. Lilli briefly considered whether she should point it out to Frank, but he was busy drilling through some kind of anchoring.
Let's see.
The good old confession booth. Lilli had been coming here often since the self-flagellation had stopped working. I'd like to be able to say that Lilli had a plan, that she was thinking about luring Garrett into the confession booth and locking it shut with a bar. But Lilli was just thinking about ponies. I'd like to be able to say that Lilli, that she was, but...
Okay.
Lilli spent a lot of time in the confession booth. Only she knew what she mumbled during those long hours. At least ever since the father who took her confessions had died of a heart attack.
Damn, how am I supposed to work with all this noise? Hey, Frank! Frank! Ah, what the hell?
So,
A surveillance room. That was the hard evidence that Garrett was spying for Mother Superior. A survey.
okay, so we need to pick up this board and look at the surveillance equipment.
Surveillance room.
Okay. We may have played out of order here, though. And that may be a problem, because we may now have to convince them to stop jackhammering until we can lock the guy in, then start the jackhammering, so that we could then I guess so he couldn't listen in on the equipment because it would be too loud, but he would be trapped in the room.
Shawnee was mean. First he had stolen Lilli's recipe, and now he was setting cobwebs at the well on fire. Still, Lilli didn't think he deserved having spiders lay eggs in his eye sockets at night. Good children didn't have such thoughts.
Ooh, look who's coming to get her recipe back. If it isn't our little goody two-shoes Lilli, you better split before I tie your shoelaces together, or worse.
So, I think we'll just talk about the ban.
Tell me, how come you even dare to come here anyway? You know we're not allowed to play in the garden anymore. Or did Mother Superior send you? You can tell your beloved Mother Superior that I don't give a damn about her stupid rules. Ha! But I bet you're too scared. You're scared of your echo, right? And you should be, because one day, when you least expect it, who knows? You might turn around and see that someone has stolen your milk.
I have no idea what he's saying.
What? Now you're upset? Did the nasty boy bother you again? You're such a crybaby.
It's kind of odd to be able to respond that way and still really not be able to say anything.
Well. What's this? Is this you standing up for yourself? Just look at you, Lilli, with your bow and your braids. You don't actually think you could stand up to a bad boy like me, do you? I was playing with matches before you'd said your first morning prayer. How could I ever take someone like you seriously? Do you know how to spit cherry pits or hunt sparrows with a slingshot? Just face it. You'll never be as tough as me, and that means you won't get your recipe either.
So I guess I have to be tough.
Oh, you really want the recipe back, don't you? Well, I didn't know that. Just give me a sec, so I can wrap it up for you with a bow.
Hey.
Lilli was touched. It was so rare for her to get presents.
You so don't have a clue, do you? Get lost, Lilli, or I'll be forced to call you names. Yeah, I'm a real badass. Just face it.
A lot of dialogue here. And it seems like we're gonna stay kind of in the same area for a while. And so we probably need the fire for the stove. Let's get this fuse too. And we'll look at it.
Oh, how wonderfully the fully operational detonator on the aircraft bomb blinked.
Is there anything else to really look at?
Lilli would have loved to have played on the complete... That's why she immediately... At least she would have done, but apparently...
So that's going to be the same prompt every time.
A real... It was hard to tell, but Lilli...
Let's open this.
This
Let's get the ball.
was a symbol of friendship. Lilli wanted it to stay in the treasure chest for eternity. In the meantime, Lilli had collected many little treasures, but no treasure was as important to her.
So, like, if we were to try and put the marble
In the meantime,
there.
Lilli had... But no... In the meantime, but...
So we may have to go back and do something there, or that may just be an achievement if we find the right thing to do. Let's see, and now there's somebody hiding in here, so we could potentially trap him.
Digested grass. Lilli assumed.
Let's grab this.
Lilli got along. That's why
Nope, we can't grab any of that.
Memphis was trembling all over. No wonder. The stove had gone out.
Huh? What? Wait! Close the door before anyone sees me. This is the last safe place in the entire convent, and I want it to stay that way.
Let's see. Let's tell him it's dangerous.
Don't even try talking me out of it. I'm staying here. It's much too dangerous out there.
Lilli had no idea what Memphis was talking about, but he'd always been jumpy.
And of course, the perception here is that she's just hearing something completely different. So, if she's going to end up trapping him and causing him to die or be injured.
But psst, someone might hear you, and then they'll take away my hiding place. And if they take away my hiding place, then I'll definitely be next. The stove is the safest place in the entire convent. You know, it has a crump steel casing, titanium reinforced interior walls, and is lead coated inside. I'd even survive a bomb attack in here.
Interesting. So maybe we could put a bomb in there and then explode it.
Now get lost before someone discovers me. If you're looking for your recipe, talk to Shorty. He pocketed it. La 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 la. The end of the world is near. La 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 la. I am dead. Dead are you? Apocalypse now. La 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 la. The end of the world.
So you can get him to sing. Alright, well, let's just close the door. And then, do you have anything else you can do here?
What?
Alright, he wanted me to close the door on him. I closed the door on him. So, that was something. Let's go to the cafeteria next. Does seem like we're just supposed to get a general feeling of this larger area. Mother Superior has moved around. Let's see, we have a free space. We have some coconuts, some apples, and some bananas. And we have doors.
Lilli liked doors, and her feelings were reciprocated.
What are you gawking at me for, you stupid little brat?
She was tough on the outside, but soft on the inside.
Keep gawking like that and I'll wring your neck.
At least she liked children.
Oh, how I love you children. I wish you'd all die of smallpox.
Aside from Edna, Doris was Lilli's best friend.
So, yeah, it definitely feels like there is a case where this is going to be too much. That there probably should just be some
Edna
standard
always knew a few good jokes about bananas. But since
standard
Lilli was
normal
such a
people.
good girl, she didn't understand any of them.
So, yeah, it feels like if you have the occasional wacky character, you need to balance that off with some just anchoring character and somebody that plays the straight man, as it were, as far as comedy. And I don't think this game does that. So it just all becomes absurdism and effectively each character one-upping the other character. Let's see. Take a banana.
The coconuts were quiet today, but it didn't matter. By now, Lilli knew enough about shrunken heads.
Take some coconuts.
Lilli liked apples. They were healthy, and sometimes you found worms in them. At least they listened when you spoke to them.
Take some apples. So that's going to leave us with 3 pieces of food.
Something was missing here. And even if it wasn't Lilli's fault this time, she felt guilty anyway. Just as a prevention.
And then it doesn't seem like there's anything else you can do here other than talk to Mother Superior.
Mother Superior drank a calming tea. Maybe she should switch brands.
Alright, back up. We go.
Lilli had always liked the large painting in the main hall. It showed a dining table after a big meal, with a man in the center who had found the last cookie. Lilli giggled at the thought that he would eat it all by himself, no matter how much the others begged.
That is a funny translation for a Last Supper. Alright, we got a balloon?
It was hopeless. Edna's balloon was hanging out of reach. The chandelier was dangling out of reach on a chain, going all the way to the tower. This always made the children want to swing from it without ever being able to.
Okay. So, let's go to the Convent Hallway and see what's here. We've got a gargoyle, a school clock, another gargoyle, some firecrackers, classroom, collection, and Kapu. Let's talk
Kapu
to
was
him.
the nicest guy at the convent school. Lilli liked him so much that she had even named her cockroach after him. That reminded her that she'd been meaning to punch air holes in the box for weeks.
Let's talk to him.
Lilli, nice to see you. I hope Shawnee didn't upset you too much. He's an idiot. I think you're great, just as you are.
Lily's heart skipped a beat. This might have been the nicest thing anyone ever said to her.
Is that all he has
You
to
seem
say?
so tense. Is something wrong?
Lilli would have liked to tell him her troubles, but she didn't want to give Edna away.
Well, if you need anything, I'm always there for you. I worry about you, you know?
So interesting, no line of dialogue there.
The
And
gargoyle seemed
it's like
worried
she
about
can't
its
talk to him
companion,
because she's,
But it also didn't lift a finger to stop it from falling. Typical.
yeah, she might have a crush on Kapu.
The school clock was out of reach.
Which a little romance and a point-and-click adventure game does kind of make some
The
sense.
gargoyle had lost its balance long ago. Only a thin rope was stopping it from falling. Why didn't it just give up? Firecrackers. How did they ever get up there?
So now we know what we're going to look for as far as the fire, or the lighter. That guy, this old man's apparently a real person hanging on a rack, not just a fake thing. So we've got a musket, scout's chest. I question if all of these are going to be one long loop for one puzzle, or if we're just going to end up seeing a lot of objects or grabbing a lot of objects for a second
Lilli
puzzle.
had asked for a musket last Christmas. Instead, she'd been given a muskrat nibbling on gingerbread.
Hey, don't touch it. That's my old Boy Scout equipment. I might be old, but I can I can tell you stories that'll make your ears ring. Some of them are about my old Boy Scout equipment, but only certified Boy Scouts are allowed to touch it. So get your hands.
I guess the question is, do the Boy Scouts exist in Europe? I don't think they really do. But then again, that may be also being translated.
Hey, don't. That's my.
Okay, so we can't touch the Scout's chest. We can't touch that. Can we touch the guinea pig jar? Yes, we can. Can we look at
There
the
were
shelf
3
space?
empty pedestals on the shelf. That could mean something. Or nothing at all.
There's some odd background sound effects playing in this room. So it seems like he wants me probably to get 3 objects to make me a certified Boy Scout, even though I'm a girl, which then I could get into the Scout's chest and the musket.
Oh, it wasn't the skeleton from biology class after all. It was just the old man again, from history class.
And again, we're just back into dialogue.
A visitor. What a rare animal. The hawk. But I don't mean.
Yeah, it would be really nice in a point-and-click adventure if you walked into a room, people just started talking to you, and while you're talking, you can look around the room and click on objects and just pick them up. If you made a point-and-click adventure really from the concept of what would a speed run feel like playing this game. Now, arguably, everybody is just more faster-paced than they were a couple decades ago when point-and-click adventures were the big thing. So there is this need and desire to be able to just move faster and do things, do 2 or 3 things at the same time. Because yeah, this is speed bumping, to say the least.
How rude of me. I forgot to tell you.
And then you have an old man.
When the pyramids were built, I was the chief flogger on the north side. Yes, yes. In my life, I've unified Tibet, I said. Back then, I served as a carpet beater under 3 different Dalai Lamas. For one of them, I was even there as a rebirth assistant in the maternity ward. It was very different from the year I was an interior decorator for the Mayas. Build a mythical sliding puzzle here, hide a few artifacts in dark alcoves over there. Oh yes, I was building secret crypts when you were still in...
So I guess the idea is he really is...
the indie band Inquisition Overload.
Either he's lost his mind or he really is that old.
The time was
And he
right
probably
for
knows
that
where the
kind
crypts
of
are.
music. Plus our drummer had the plague. I got old. So old that all I'm good for now is as an exhibition piece for history class.
But like, as he's talking, the mouse cursor disappears. You can't click on anything. So if we're going to ask for a story, let's hope this is actually useful, and this isn't just going to give us another meandering tale.
I'll get to that in a moment.
Maybe I need to give him
First, I
some
wanted
coffee.
to tell you, telling stories takes a lot of skill. That's why I worked for a while as an exhibition piece for history class in a convent school. I just had to tell stories about my adventures once a week. For example, how I used to excavate secret crypts with the Templars below the school chapel. Or about my time as a lighting assistant for the moon landing.
Okay. So he is going to tell us the answer here, I think.
Hmm? What? I must have dropped off for a moment. But I was just going to tell you an exciting story from my past.
Oh, this
Was
is
it the
agonizing.
story of how I tried to navigate to Cape Town and ended up discovering the
What you don't
Eurasian
have as an
continent?
option here is to speed up the how fast they talk.
I wanted to tell you
Or
how
speed up
I
the sound
helped
files.
The Templar Knights build the Convent Chapel, right? I was particularly happy because I had eaten a banana. Or was I sad because all there was to eat was coconuts again? No, the coconuts were when the Trojan mayor gave me the key to the city for my heroic valor. Or was my heroic valor while building dikes in Atlantis? But I think I had an apple that day. Wasn't I a little more sleepy in Atlantis? And angry while building the chapel? Oh, what poppycock. I'm getting everything mixed up. Fortunately, I created a memory aid just for this anecdote, so that I'd remember the location of the secret crypts below the convent chapel. Uh-oh, someone tidied up the shelf. That's where the objects for my 3 E's should be. Emotion, engagement, and eating. Now I can't make a fool of myself. Now let's see.
Okay. So I don't want to talk to him any further, even though there are probably dialogues here. The banana should go here. But emotions and engagement, we don't have those items.
In a glass. The animal took it in stride. It didn't even try breaking out.
So we already had one, but clearly we need to find probably 6 more items to find the right combination to get that right story. I wouldn't be surprised if we need to get 2 or 3 stories out of him. Let's see.
The cabinet was
here.
locked, as usual. Once again, Lilli's efforts were in vain. Only Mother Superior could open the cabinet.
And so we probably need something in the cabinet.
The animal motifs were taboo for Lilli. Mother Superior only allowed her to embroider crosses and lines. But Lilli could barely manage even those and often received a scolding.
See, that's just the same line of dialogue in a different location. Boy, is that repetitive.
Stop that! I need that as a template.
And we gotta talk to yet another characters.
Favorite student. She had to be the happiest child in the world.
Don't even bother trying to distract me, Lilli. Unlike you, I actually have a sense of duty. You don't get to be Mother Superior's favorite by just standing around like a moron all day. Like you. I work hard to get all those honors and rewards. The only thing I'm missing on my path to perfection is the Golden Girl Scouts badge on a ribbon. That's why I'm working overtime to perfect my embroidering skills. Mother Superior loves the embroidery because the pictures of animals convey important values. But you wouldn't know anything about that. You've always been terrible at embroidery, and everything else for that matter.
Okay. So I guess we get her to embroider one animal, we don't know which, and then that will be another thing we put up there. And we're going to have to go through each line of dialogue here.
Stop bothering me. If you carry on like this, I'll never get my last award. The Golden Girl Scouts badge on a ribbon. Oh, yes.
And so that's how we're become an official Boy Scout, is we'll change the Girl Scout ribbon to a Boy Scout ribbon, or you won't be able to tell the difference either way.
Be quiet now. I just had a great idea for what I could put on the missing cafeteria banner. Damn, it's gone.
Okay, so she's gonna make the banner.
Job, Lilli.
If you want help, ask Mother Superior about a suitable animal role model. I'm already done with all my patterns. And remember, at this time of day, Mother Superior is always in the cafeteria, drinking a soothing tea. So don't wander into her office. We're not supposed to go in there alone. And hurry up. My grades depend on it.
See, it almost feels like it would be smarter to just stop talking and go do something else, but we go into a different room and it will just be another character to talk to. Now, the good news is I think there's a decent chance once we talk to everybody once, we'll have a general plan in our head and we won't have to come back and talk to people multiple times. But it does certainly front load a lot of conversation at the beginning.
Oh, take your little boo-boos to Mother Superior. I'm not her deputy yet, but maybe that'll change once I've collected all my awards. I'm already her favorite. In case you're wondering what I'm doing here, it's called embroidering. I know it's not your area of specialty. Otherwise, I doubt Mother Superior would have banned you from taking it. What a shame. I know how much you've always enjoyed embroidering.
Yeah, you see a lot of candles,
Her productive friend was really
which
much more
implies they don't have electricity.
That was certainly no reason for Lilli to wish an
But that may just be because the
incurable
convent's
disease on her.
old.
Neither a disease with an oozing rash, nor a disease that causes her to cough her lungs out.
And the extra narrating commentary is interesting and funny, but it's not going to come off as enough because it's really a hat on a hat. We're already having to hear too much dialogue.
Why don't you get to the point already? You seem to be lacking a few important lessons.
I really wish
Values,
Daedalic had
standards. Haven't you learned anything at all?
found a
From
middle
my
ground
multi
between
award
point and click
winning
adventure
embroidery,
games
each
and
animal has
pretty
an
much
assigned character trait. Theirs
not
represent strength,
telling
and D
narrative
stands for
stories at
heroic
all.
valor. There are negative role models too, of course.
Not that I think the Lord of the Rings Golem game is going to have no story, but it's definitely not going to be the only focus.
But maybe it's in your family's coat of arms.
Yeah, and I'm not even paying attention to what's being said. Yeah, I'm still trying to get a general time frame of where this is supposed to be. Or yeah, I would put this in somewhere 1990s or later time frame. It probably doesn't really matter when. Okay. So we have a sad mask, a happy mask, and an angry mask. Let's go ahead and take all of these.
The mask was tightly screwed into the wall. But did that also mean that one wasn't allowed to take it?
No, it only means you have to find the right tools. Something small enough to loosen the screws.
Oh, what luck. Lilli was relieved.
That is creepy.
The mask was tightly screwed into the wall. But did that also mean that one wasn't allowed to take it?
No, it only means you have to find something.
Oh, what
So whatever mask you try to take says the exact same line of dialogue. Let's see what this.
The chandelier's chain was attached by just one screw.
So we need a screwdriver. Okay, we don't have a screwdriver at the moment. And we have a hook here.
Lilli had heard rumors that disobedient children were hung from this hook. Otherwise, Mother Superior used it to hang her tea kettle over the fire. Mother Superior usually made her tea over the fire of the outside fireplace. There seemed to be some kind of bracket up on the wall, but Lilli couldn't continue without more light.
So maybe we can't go further this way. Looks like there might be a secret panel. Okay, what can we grab now? Receipt holders.
A note was pinned on the receipt holder.
Dear, crossed out, Ms. Zimmelbach, I have to say I'm very surprised by the way you fulfilled my request to send me a pet for my students' classroom. I had a real animal in mind, one that conveyed important values, like a puma or a boa constrictor. But the guinea pig you sent is useless to me. I've pickled it in alcohol to save it for the dissection class in biology. Send me a proper animal immediately, or you will not have heard the last of me. Regardless, Mother Superior Ignace.
I don't know where the stuttering is coming from, or where that's going to play a role. Let's see. Another hook.
Lumpy was hungry, or he was tired, or bored. It was always hard to tell with him.
So she's looking for a puma or boa constrictor. I guess that's the hint. We didn't even get that piece of receipt in the inventory. We do have a receipt holder.
Lilli had to make sure she didn't get the skewer in her eye. It was so easy to have an accident.
Okay, we'll probably poke somebody's eye out later. So that again may be an example of us getting in trouble for going where we weren't supposed to go. Let's see if the receipt holder can possibly act as a screwdriver.
This was certainly not the ideal tool to loosen the screw, and as long as Lilli didn't have a compelling reason, she didn't have to take the risk.
So back down we go. It's frankly a little too big of an area. Right, this is the dormitory. Are we supposed to use the receipt holder with the embroidery pillow?
Lilli's embroideries were useless. Mother Superior had said that more than once.
I don't know if I really should talk to Edna again. Probably should since I'm here.
And? Are you making progress?
Let's see. We can tell about Garrett, we can tell about the chapel, we can tell about Edna, and we can talk about Dr. Marcel, which we haven't even seen him.
Cool. So you've been working on your imitating animal voices number. You can tell me about it later, okay? First, we have to get rid of Garrett. I'm sure he's spying for Mother Superior. Before you say anything, I thought of something else. I think Garrett has a secret hiding place in the chapel. Yeah, a kind of listening station in the confession booth. This should prove once and for all that he's spying for Mother Superior. The question is whether we can somehow use this knowledge against him.
Lilli actually had an idea. She would lock Garrett in his secret room. She could hardly wait to tell her best friend all about it.
Wait, I know. What if we locked Garrett in his secret surveillance room? Just pretend you want to give confession, and when he's in his hiding place, wham! Our trap will snap shut on him. Oh, don't be sad, Lilli. I'm sure you'll come up with a good idea next time. But for now, let's get to work. It was my plan, so now you have to set it in motion.
And let's talk about Dr. Marcel.
Not so loud. Dr. Marcel's ears are everywhere. If you listen closely, you can even hear the wind blowing in his ear hairs. That guy is no joke, but you know the rumors, so watch out for him.
I don't feel like Dr. Marcel
Evil.
was in the first game.
Wait a minute. What's that? Do you hear those noises too? I think someone's drilling inside the chapel. It's probably just Frank looking for evidence of a church conspiracy again. Dang! That could ruin our plans. If Garrett can't listen in on you, we won't be able to lock him in his hiding place. You have to think of something to get rid of Frank. Did you happen to find the plans for my time machine? They weren't finished yet anyway. How big is the microwave oven in the school cafeteria? Forget it. That won't work. And all my other ideas are a little complicated. We don't have time for them. I guess the easiest thing to do would be to help him with his search. Once Frank has found what he's looking for, he'll hopefully stop drilling.
Okay, so not particularly useful there. Let's give the fuse to Suka.
What have you got now? I hope it's a weapon for the battle against... But that's a real detonator, and it's live! You have to defuse it, Suka! Hurry! But with what? With the power of love! What? Are you... Wait! I know! Phew, that was close.
We'll snitch to Mother Superior.
Exactly. This time you really went too far, Lilli. What on earth are you thinking? You're even crazier than I thought.
Totally un-gumbo.
Don't just stand there. Get that bomb away from us. Take it
So the
somewhere where it can't do any
detonators
damage. A bomb
are
place, a fireproof
small
drum or something like that?
small bombs in themselves. Definitely not something. So now we have a fuse with a hairpin. So we wanted to get the hairpin. Now I don't know why we want to get the hairpin, though. That's the confusing part. Let's go back and I guess we'll talk to Mother Superior and we'll talk to Doris. Because I think that's pretty much all we can do. We could grab another banana and we could just see how many
Lilli
bananas.
had already eaten more than her share from the fruit bar. Lilli decided...
Yeah, and we'll just skip that line of dialogue. Yeah, it kind of sucks that I am going to just end up skipping a lot of dialogue. Because it's really the only content that you can enjoy.
I twist your heads off one by one. Where are my canning jars? I need something to calm my fingers. Otherwise, something terrible might happen here.
Okay. Hunger, canning jars, food for the cat, doors. Let's start with hunger.
Before you ask for more food again, it's been hours since I held a canning jar in my hand. My hands always get a bit nervous at times like this. They break everything they touch. Children's legs, children's arms. I just can't control them. Now I understand. You came to complain about the food, right? Well, then I have bad news for you. Children only get food from canning jars, and that's that. My hands are trained to twist the lids off. I haven't been wringing the necks of caged chickens for 20 years for
This
nothing.
is too much, and effectively they're just yelling.
10 jars a day. You can thank my idiotic lawyer for that.
Yeah, it's kind of just like the characters yelling instead of being a wider range of emotion while still being very weird.
Anything else? Do I have to explain it to you with puppets? Mealtime ended long ago. The only thing that I'm still cooking today is food from Mother Superior's cat. And the food from Mother Superior herself. Or I should say I would. But my knife disappeared. And on top of that, the stove in the cellar has gone out. So I couldn't cook anything anyway. However, the most important thing is that Mother Superior still wanted to send a recipe to me. You don't happen to have it on you, do you?
Let's see. No recipe, the stove isn't on yet. Knife. So, let's go back to that. Let's ask about her.
What's the matter? Why are you staring at me like that? What are you even doing here between meal times? I know what I'm doing here. A jail sentence commuted to 10 years community service on probation. thanks to diminished responsibility. Blah, 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 blah. Do you really want to hear this? Yeah, Mother Superior didn't want to hear it either. And as long as she doesn't ask about it directly...
So, yeah, you can see why I didn't inherently want to talk to her, is because it's just going to be exhausting. And now we have a whole other conversation that's going to be exhausting.
What are you creeping around here for? Feed the cat. Don't tell me you're done already. No, that's what I thought. I am slowly losing the will to keep constantly having to remind you children of what good values are. Take a look at the embroideries on the wall. They depict all of the important virtues. Superiority, strength, and self-control. I'm quite aware that self-control is missing. Do you think I'm blind? Now leave. I have to drink a calming tea. If you pass the classroom, remind Birgit to hurry up with her embroidering. If the self-control motif isn't finished today, I will really blow my top.
So, I guess we got an answer to a puzzle there, but boy, this is really draining. It shouldn't be this much dialogue at front. It shouldn't be this much walking around at front. There's definitely a case where you could have reduced 2 or 3 of these rooms down and reduced at least a couple of characters to the next chapter. So I think we have to talk to Bridget. Now we're looking for a self-control.
Don't distract me. Can't you see I'm working? Probably not. You probably don't even know what hard work looks like.
So we're supposed to talk about the missing banner.
Have you asked Mother Superior about the motif for the next banner yet? Well then, get going.
Yeah, we did already ask
Why
that.
don't you get to the point already? You seem to be lacking a few important lessons in values and standards. Haven't you learned anything at all? From my multi-award-winning embroidery, each animal has an assigned character trait. Theirs represents strength, and deer stand for heroic valor. There are negative role models too, of course. The porcupine, for example, is especially slow and sleepy. That's why you'll never find one on one of my banners. But maybe it's in your family's coat of arms.
Okay, I think I get what I'm supposed to do. You take the recipe holder, you pick the lock on the cabinet.
Lilli's efforts were in vain. Only Mother Superior could open the cabinet.
What if we did the guinea
Lilli
pig
was
on the...
worried about hurting the guinea pig. As clumsy as she tended to be, she'd probably need help getting it out. Lilli ruefully thought about the debacle with a dwarf rabbit.
Okay, I think I got it. We got the guinea pig in a jar. The kitchen lady Doris was talking about how she could open jars. So we'll give the guinea pig to Doris and she'll open the jar. Then we'll put the guinea pig on the receipt holder and then they'll make a guinea pig voucher. Guinea pig banner.
Get the hell out! Just wait! Can I have that? I need something to calm my fingers! Thanks! That was close! Now take your stuff and get out! Now!
Okay. So this one with this one
Lilli
now.
thought this idea was delightful. The guinea pig was bound to make a huge impression as an animal role model.
Notice how she does just a kind of spinning hand animation whenever she merges 2 items and it doesn't actually show the 2 items. But really, this is going to get us about halfway through one puzzle.
Huh. At least this is a regular animal motif. But do you think it also conveys really important values?
Of course it did. Guinea pigs were cute and small, but always cheerful. Lilli always tried to follow their example.
Uh-huh. Well, if you say so. Come back in a few minutes. If you don't bother me, I won't take long.
So now she's gonna look at that motif, and we don't have the eagle one. Alright, and so now we have the guinea pig banner, which I guess we just take it and we'll look at it in the inventory.
The banner was magnificent. Birgit had done an incredible job.
Well, we're at least making some progress. Unfortunately, there's like no save as far as I know. It's gonna be funny is we'll find out that pressing F1 or F5 or something saves the game. Yeah. Man, I definitely feel like I'm gonna end up having to take more breaks than I was thinking. We have a jar of alcohol now too. Maybe we'll do something with that. I have no idea what we'll do with the marbles. We know what we'll do with the board. The coconut and the apple may be extra. The fuse with the hairpin we're gonna put in the stove. So we've gotten a couple of decent steps towards solving these puzzles, but my concern definitely would come down to still no save games. What's potentially going to happen here is that we solve this puzzle after all that exhausting dialogue, then we go to a new area, and then there's all new characters, and then there's even more exhausting dialogue. And I just haven't played the original Edna and Harvey, the Breakout game, in a recent enough time to remember whether that was the case in that game too. But it does feel like some of the Deponia games and some of the other Daedalic published point-and-click adventure games do tend to be a little too dialogue heavy, whereas pretty much every other point-and-click adventure game, if anybody is making one, tends to either be the right balance or just slightly less dialogue than you would like. The thing is, if you really don't want any dialogue in a point-and-click adventure game, you can really just make a hidden object game and write very little dialogue or no dialogue in that case. Or you could make a escape room game where there's like 100 rooms to escape, and you have the item pickup and manipulation puzzles. But yeah. And I can't complain, certainly, that there's no voice acting, because there is voice acting. Some of it's kind of rough, but yeah, there's definitely a lack of editing, in my opinion. There are definitely points where they should try and keep everything down to 1 or 2 sentences every time you click on an item. If there needs to be a long conversation piece, it should probably be something that happens when you first talk to a character and then never gets repeated, or you have to very obviously trigger that dialogue repeating. Anyways, we've already gone an hour and 10 minutes almost, so that's going to be it for this recording. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment, and watch every second of my videos. If you want a friend to follow me on any social media sites, there's a whole bunch of links down below. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.